Hey guys, I'm back with part 2 of the Super Cauldron long play at last, and we're on to world number 2, which is known as the Plane. And big apologies that I haven't got around to this next part sooner. I think I did part 1 of Super Cauldron back in well, it was Halloween time, as part of my sort of Halloween special of various sort of horror themed and spooky videos on the Amstrad. And yeah, so that was end of October, early November time. So really sorry I haven't got around to getting on with the next part. Things got really busy, and then Christmas came around, the New Year's and stuff, and I've only recently got back into doing more videos. But excellent long player Axelino, he's recently put up long plays of Cauldron and Cauldron 2, the two games that sort of prequel this. Well, they weren't prequels, they were the original games, and this is sort of a third game in the series. Well, those were put up and I thought, oh shit, I better get on with this then. And it's a good timing. Yeah, so now we've got long plays of Cauldron 1 or 2 up there. Let's get on with Cauldron 3 essentially. And yeah, I didn't have the patience to go and do Cauldron 1 and 2. They just annoyed me too much. The difficulty of those two games just did my head in. But I've really enjoyed Super Cauldron. It is quite tricky, like in these jumping places at the moment. And we're off to pick up some special items. There we've just picked up a special spell which will allow us to build sort of steps to climb up on, bit like rainbows in Rainbow Island. Yes, and it'll allow you to get to sort of higher up places and move across chasms and stuff. But the bridge parts only sort of last for a few seconds before disappearing. That's what it reminded me of, the rainbows in Rainbow Island. Now those wow, I think that's the death figure, isn't it? The Grim Reaper. Those can't be killed. There's quite a few of them below me now. But you pick up the broom and just keep flying high and up to the right. We can just avoid a bit of a nasty section below us. We've got another sort of bridge building spell to collect as well, and we've got to collect a couple more items as well, one of them being the key from the boss. We need to pick up the bowling balls to kill the boss, and there's another spell which sort of throws these I don't know, slime, which is like acid, and it'll kill enemies and burn through sort of doorways that are blocking our progress towards the end of the level. But anyway, here's the next portal, and we're just waiting around for the broom to disappear, because we can't enter a portal while holding a broom. That should be any second now. Okay, there goes the broom. And this is where we use the first spell we've picked up in the first section we walked to. Handy little icon there tells you need to be moving upwards, so we're going to select the upwards bridge spell. I'm not sure the official name for it because I don't know the manual. As you can see there, it starts creating platforms above and to the right of you, but they only last for a few seconds. But there's enough time to jump and plan your next move. And that's the bowling balls we've picked up there. That will basically kill the boss of this level. I think he's like an evil wizard or something like that. I think it's the same boss on each levels. He just appears in each world, and eventually you kill him at the end of the game. That was quite a tricky jump over that first eyeball there, because you often hit your head on the ceiling there, on the rocks, and bounce down. We can avoid this little section here if you want to, but there's some energy up there. And just take your time against this guy. Move down, shoot, then move back up to avoid his bowling ball attack. Takes a little bit of a time. I'm only using the stone weapon here. I could use a couple of the things we've picked up, but I worry about using all the spell power and then losing the special item completely. So I'll stick to using these rocks, which are a bit annoying. So yeah guys, if you haven't seen the first part of this Super Cauldron long play, please do go and watch it first. I'll give it a little bit of backstory on the game, the history, sort of the what you need to do, and you'll understand what's going on here a bit better. But essentially it's a pretty simple platformer. Find the secret warp zones to these various parts of the level, collect all the spells, and get to the exit. But this did take a little bit of working out and planning and mapping and things like that. So there is a little bit of thought gone into the game, and you'll need to put a bit of thought in as well as the player. But just to reiterate what I said in the last video, I mean these graphics, and presentation, and gameplay is absolutely fantastic. This is one of the definitely one of the best games on the Amstrad. It's not without its faults. Very occasionally I get a bit annoyed with the collision detection. I don't know whether that's just me being rubbish or not. And sometimes you think you just move to the edge of a platform and it looks like you're still standing on it, then suddenly she falls down to a doom. That can be quite annoying. And if you're dropping from high distances, the vertical scroll can get a bit rough and jaggedy at times, but otherwise the scrolling is damn smooth throughout, especially for a game as large and as colourful and there's so much going on for an Amstrad. This is absolutely fantastic programming from the legend that is Elmer Krieger. And yes, we've got one more spell to pick up here in this level. And this guy is pretty easy to pick off, just stand where I am. And you can always avoid his bowling ball attack. There's been a lot of thought put into the level layout by the programmer as well. There's definitely enough variation compared to the first world we've seen. And yes, in the next part, World 3, that's a whole different kind of design and stuff. It looks really, really cool and nice, trust me. Well, it's actually a village level. Set against sort of a medieval sort of castle and village. Looks really, really nice. Oh yes, sorry, we just picked up the special spell there. That's another bridge building spell, and that will basically build it completely horizontally across. Rather than up and right or up and left from where you are. Ooh, ooh. Love how the witch sort of flies about when she jumps. You got really good control over your character when they're floating in the air. I like platform games where you can sort of control the descent of your character when they're jumping. Their direction and when they're going to land. And that looks really, really lovely there, the waterfalls, actually, something to point out there. There's some fantastic graphics in that. Oh, we even got some waves rippling below our feet there as well, in the water, in the river. And yeah, there's a little symbol beyond the waterfall there that signifies this is a warp zone. And here we are on the next warp, an area. And what we're collecting here is like the acid or slime spell, which we can use to kill guys on awkward ledges, like where that guy is there I'm shooting with my rocks. If you use the acid spell, it will spread out all the way across that platform, killing him. Very, very useful. It'll also melt doorways that are blocking a progress. And this is the main section where we're going to be needing to use the bridge building spells we've collected. And I'm going to be using them both here, I think, at the same time. There's the exit from the level. And yeah, we use our diagonal bridge spell first. So we just can get over that, is it a manta ray? Or whatever that fish is, jumping out the water it is. And then we can switch to our normal, the horizontally building bridge spell, on the bottom right there. There we we go. And then we can save our spell and just drop down here. The item we need is right above our heads there at the very, very top of that middle pole. But thankfully there's a broomstick over here somewhere. There it is. And we're going to use that to fly up to the top, collect it, and then fly to our exit from this zone. Ooh, really, really nice background there in the graphics. I love that. I love the use of purples there. Oh yeah, you probably just missed it, but I just picked up the spell we needed there. There you go. This looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, 10 out of 10 for graphics for sure. Shame there's no music in game, but the sound effects are pretty decent. Most creatures and most things that happen in the game do have a sound effect. Ah, right, this is the entrance to the cave where the boss is. And these Grim Reapers are basically, I don't think you can kill them. I think I tried all the spells that can be used to attack. Oops, I completely muffed up that jump, so I thought, sorry, I might as well lose a bit of energy. And then just duck down to get in the cave eventually. The only thing I didn't try is like the buzzsaw blade. I don't know if that will kill them or not. But everything else doesn't kill those guys. But anyway, here's the boss. All you need to do is jump from the top of the waterfall there, select the bowling ball spell, which, if you remember, we collected on that when the first time we used the bridge spell to get to the top of that horizontally scrolling section. Sorry, vertically scrolling section. And don't worry about running out of this spell. Keep using the bowling balls and just keep using them over and over and over. Eventually he'll die, and he will leave behind a frog, and if you pick up the frog you'll basically get a little bit of your spell back, enough so that you don't lose your spell permanently. And he should be dead any second. A really excellent variety of weapons and spells in this game, it's fantastic. That's him done, excellent. And there's the key, which we need to get before we can get to the final warp zone section where the exit is. Oh, yeah, the exit's at that little cave to the right. And this bit. So yeah, guys, just to reiterate some things I mentioned on the part 1 video, this is one of the last ever commercially released games on the Amstrad from Titus software. This was released as I think it was mid-1993, maybe even early on 94, but it's very, very late in the Amstrad's commercial life. And it was a really, really popular game. If you could find it in the shops, everyone wanted, anyone that still had an Amstrad and was reading Amstrad Action magazine to find out that this game was released, wanted a copy. Stupidly, I didn't order it at the time. I left it too late. I did get a copy of Prehistoric 2 on disc, the other big game from Elmer Krieger around the same time. But thought I'd wait a few months and save my money up and then get Super Cauldron, and basically everywhere's out of stock and I'm absolutely gutted. Oh well, very, very rare game to find, very difficult, and I'm sure it'll go for quite a high price. But anyway, there, we selected that slime and acid spell. We could use it to melt that doorway there, blocking our progress, but I'm going to get rid of that guy anyway because he's just going to be an annoyance. So use the slime. Hey! Excuse me. I'm going to use the slime spell here as well. We could probably keep jumping up and using rocks, but I was getting a little bit bored of doing that. At least we can pick up those 2 frogs to replenish the spell power, if we can get to them in time. Watch out for that spike there as well. Oh, the frogs are gone. Oh well. Just jump up to that section there, and you can avoid the spikes in the skull. And there's just one guy below you here to the right. That's him sorted. Be careful, that slime spell on the floor can stick around for a few seconds and will also kill you if you land on it. So bear that in mind. And we're not too far from the end now. This is like basically the last area. Unfortunately the screen's kind of scrolled up there, and I want to get it scrolling down so I can see where that spike's sticking up. Oh well, risk it, and we luckily made it. Going to use the flame spell, fires like a rocket, just to get rid of this guy here. One more do him. There you go. Then we'll get hold of that frog and replenish that spell bit. Lovely. Then we're going to fall down here, and then you need to use your bridge spell to get across here. Now sometimes you can drop down to that bottom left there, so the screen scrolls down a little bit further so you can see what's below you. That's what I'm trying to get doing now, but it doesn't seem to be working. Anyway, the spike's below our feet there, so we're going to use the horizontally scrolling, well, building bridge spell to get across there. And don't forget to jump here, but I forget to, and land on some spikes. Well, we've got plenty of energy, so what the hell. Yeah, excuse me guys. Right, don't go for that gates there, that'll take you right back to the start of this level. We're going to just need to climb up here, taking our time. So jump as it's moving down the spike, and then keep pushing right so you get right against the edge there, and then carry on. Right, very 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 close to the exit now. Ooh. And we just need to select the slime and acid spell again, and we can use it to destroy the doorway here, like so. Haha! And there goes there melts the door. I'm not sure what happened to the sound there. Anyway, you may find, guys, if you play this by emulation, there's occasionally a few sort of sound problems. Some random strange noises happen occasionally. I think that's an emulation issue. I don't think it happens on the real game. But I've managed to get through this level, I think, without any of those strange noises for once. Okay, there's the exit, but we just need to... I'm not quite sure what that thing is there. Do we need to touch it or pick it up? I think there was a noise when I touched it, so I presume that I've done what I needed to do there. So hopefully I don't need to pick that up or do anything with it. And let's go to the exit. So thanks for watching, guys. We're now on to World 3, and I'll look at that shortly and get that uploaded. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.